Awesome, man. We're going. Usually when I do these interviews, I usually talk to people I don't really know that well.
Okay.
I've known you you're one of my closest friends.
Yeah.
I've known you since freshman year of college.
Yeah.
Well, we're 18. We're 33 now.
Wow.
So obviously a lot of time has passed. Not
Wow. That really made it sink in.
Yeah, it's just like I've known you the longest.
Yeah.
One of the things I do know about you very well is you've always been really into your music. It's something you've always been doing. You've always been pushing yourself. You've traveled to different parts of the country doing different shows. Putting new music out there. Over this time span, what's the biggest thing you've taken away about your music, and how has your style developed and changed throughout the years?
Yeah. I thought about this right before you got here.
Okay.
And I'm sure any venture that you do will be like this, but I think there is something. I think anything where you're performing in public often, playing music to people often, you expect that the longer that you do it, the easier it's gonna get, and that you're gonna have more positive experiences. But I now have learned that I think the more I do it, the more shows I do, the more people I meet. I don't want to say negative experiences, but the more unusual experiences I have. And now, just last night, usually whenever I play a show, whoever books the show, I like to give them a free piece of merch.
Okay.
Here's a t-shirt, here's a hat, here's a CD. Last night, in maybe 100 shows that I've done where I've done this, for the first time ever, I had somebody go, nah, I don't want anything. And that ripped my heart out.
Really?
That really
Okay.
For some reason I was really offended. And I actually woke up, last night I woke up about 4 o'clock in the morning and was kind of tossed and turned in bed. I'm like, why didn't he want a shirt? Did my shirt suck?
Were you more self-conscious about the quality of it, or are you more upset that he didn't have the passive yeah, thank you?
The whole thing.
The whole thing, really?
Yeah, my head started, I'm like, was I that bad? He doesn't want to wear it. I'm like, you could wear it. It could be your new pajama shirt. You could wear it to the gym. You could wear it inside out. It's a free shirt. I'm like, why didn't he want and then I was like, holy shnikes. In all the shows I've played, if you had told me before I started playing shows, I started playing shows when I was 17, I'm 33, so 16 years ago, if you're like, Alex, one day you're gonna go to give a guy a free shirt and he's gonna say no. And it's gonna rip your heart out. It's gonna make you
play on this thing?
Yeah.
It's gonna rip your heart out.
It's gonna make you're gonna wake up in the middle of the night and you're gonna lose sleep over giving it. It has nothing to do with the playing music and the thing. So to answer your question, that's a long answer, but I feel like it's just.
Feel free to sit on that, Harry, please.
So I guess what I've learned is I'm things I never thought I would be dealing with or processing or feeling guilt about. I am.
Let me shift the question more about your style. When you were 17, what were you writing songs about, and then how's that evolved more that the 15 years later? What do you find? Do you see yourself still leaning towards that genre style of songwriting, or what are your experiences now?
Ironically, lyrically, when I was 17 and first started writing songs, every song I wrote was about getting out of Lebanon, Pennsylvania.
Okay.
Now that I'm 33, I think a lot more songs I'm writing are about enjoying living in a small town, or still there, still. But I guess genre-wise, I think it actually might be slightly. Probably in my 17-year-old eyes, if 17-year-old Alex was looking at 33-year-old Alex right now, I'd probably be like, oh man, he's sold out. He's writing. A thing that I like to do now that I never would have done when I was 17 is write what I call mantra songs.
What? Say it again?
Mantra songs.
Okay.
So a mantra song to me, that's my own term, is a very, very, very simple chorus.
Okay.
So I used to like to have really wordy, complex, mouthful songs. And though I found out over the years those are hard, it's hard for a cold audience to learn.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So you
see.
don't know me from Adam. I'm showing up in your town and I'm singing a song that's like a paragraph essay, you know what I mean? That doesn't stick in the crawl. But you have a song and it's called Not So Bad, and the chorus is you just sing it's not so bad.
Okay.
And that gets in there.
Your head?
That gets in there. And it's kind of cheesy, and it's kind of it's a bit of a sellout-y move, I guess. To teenage Alex would be like, oh, that's so lame. But 33-year-old Alex is like, it's really nice when people come up to you later and like, oh yeah, that song's stuck in my head now. And it's like,
Okay.
the simpler the chorus gets, the easier, the more memorable it becomes. So that's something that I've had to suck up my pride and do, and I do that with like all my songs now, and yeah.
You said something interesting a couple of minutes ago that I kind of want to dive
Did
a little
I
more about.
actually?
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah, I
good,
did.
good.
Because you said something interesting that like, because obviously we grew up next to each other, but I grew up closer to a city.
Yeah.
You grew up in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
And because obviously knowing a little bit more about your back life, you know, more about your history, you moved right after college. You
Yeah.
went to Seattle.
Right.
You did the cities. Why come back?
Yeah,
Because like you could have easily just like found a cheap, nice little apartment in like somewhere in Seattle or somewhere in New York or somewhere in Baltimore.
Yeah.
Or like stay in Philadelphia when you were in school.
Right.
You came back, something
Yeah.
you were against for a while.
yeah, I did.
Why?
Homebody.
Your homebody?
Yeah, homebody. I really like this, you know,
Yeah.
like big open spaces, quiet.
Sure.
I think I get overstimulated very easy.
Okay.
So if I'm in a city and population is, you know, multiplied by 5, 10, and just a lot more, stimuli going on, I get I get anxious and uncomfortable. And weirdly enough, I noticed when I was like living in Philly, living in Seattle, I couldn't write anything.
Really?
Like
Okay.
nothing was getting done. I'd have ideas, I'd start songs, I'd start ideas, but it'd just be like 30 different fragments and none of them could get finished. And then whenever I would go home, it'd be like, you know, all that, I feel like I'd be able to like process everything and I could like actually sit down. It probably just is like a comfort zone thing, like
Okay.
recognizing that like you do your best when you're in like your most comfortable environment.
That's 10 minutes.
Cool.
Like I said, this thing goes by fast.
Yeah.
Let me just set this up nicely. You're stuck in my life for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
Even if I don't talk to you for 3, 4 years, 5
Right.
years, I'm always gonna come see you. It's like you're one of the first friends I met in college, and all those like drunk days walking up and down the city,
Yeah.
you up and hopping around. 5, 6 years from now, do you see yourself living here forever? And what advice would you give yourself, future you, if you watch this like 5 years from now?
Future Alex.
Take all the time, no rush.
Yeah, I mean, I don't see, you know, nothing's really grabbing me to go anywhere right now. And I like last night I was in Baltimore, and not even 18 hours ago, you know, I was in a totally different city. So I guess I like being able to go many different places. I feel like sometimes if you go
Take
to
your
like,
glasses off for a couple shots.
what's that?
Take your glasses
Oh
off.
yeah,
yeah,
sure.
Yeah.
You know.
You had many different places. So yeah, I guess if you have future advice to yourself, like when you watch this, what do you hope to learn from yourself?
Yeah, 5, 6 years from now. I hope that I will have been rejected and embarrassed and had some sort of even more crazy wild thing happen that like right now I'm like, I can't believe I'm so hung up about somebody not wanting a free t-shirt that I hope 5 years from now something even more wild happens that I'm like, I never thought, and that will be 22 years then of doing music, that would be like, wow, I never thought that would be a thing that would make me lose sleep over, but that's just the journey that you're on, and it's full of all sorts of wild, unexpected twists and turns.
I will say, of all my friends, I always respect how humble you are.
Thank you.
No, really, I swear to God, like, because like I have other friends that will like, fucking piece of shit, and you're like, yeah, it happened, and like I do admire that because it's like a nice like, it's a very mature thing that like I wish more people did.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. So on that note, thanks, man.
Thank you.
Hold on.